Hello everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's Talking Heads. I'm your host, Lakin Hupp, and today I'll be joined with Connor Tilford, a fellow member of the Disney College Program. We will be talking about his experiences, what he encountered, and most definitely we'll be talking about the application process. So make sure to stay tuned.
No matter where they go.
No matter how high they soar.
They never forget where they learned to fly.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. Once again, I'm joined with Connor Tilford. Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing well. So basically, I just want to talk about your experiences and things you went through while working with the Disney College Program, also known as the DCP. So if you hear me saying DCP, Disney College Program.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, what made you decide to apply for the DCP?
So, all throughout my life, we've always gone on vacation to Disney, and it just made sense that that's where I wanted to work. So I always had this mentality of, I want to go back to Disney, I want to work for the company. So I made it happen. I found the program, and I said, this is my dream, I'm going to do it. So that's pretty much it.
So what is your major now and while you're in college? Because I know a few people who, when they were on call with their Disney recruiter, the recruiter made it obvious to them that they might not be able to work there because their field didn't align with a program that Disney would offer for their future.
Yeah, so right now I'm business management. I went down there as a business management major with the mentality of, I want to work in operations. I want to see what a Fortune 500 company is about. But something to know about the Disney College Program is it's for everyone. It's great leadership experience. It's great team building experience that you're not going to get with many other companies. But that's just kind of my interpretation of it. It was a great opportunity for me.
I personally think going down there for me, it almost made me more mature. I went down there, I was living on my own, living in a place where I didn't know anybody, didn't have family, didn't have friends, so I had to meet new people and move to a whole different state from Ohio to 15 hours to Orlando, Florida. So I feel like the program made me a better person because I learned how to deal with people of different cultures, different races. So that made me feel more comfortable about going out into the world and knowing certain things.
Most definitely, like moving 12 hours from home to the middle of Florida where, you know, I'd been there before, but I'd never really lived there, and having to discover, oh, like, I need medicine. How do I go to the pharmacy on my own? Like, what happens if I get sick? Things like that, that really prepare me to be, like, an adult, you know?
Yeah. So what was your application process like?
So the application is fairly simple. It's just a general application through the Disney website. From there, it sets and it gets reviewed by a recruiter, and then they do what's called a phone interview. So the phone interview is about 15 minutes. It's just a conversation between you and your recruiter. And then from there, if they offer you the job, then you get placed in your role. And that was my process. It took me about 3 months to complete the whole process. So it was a lengthy process, but it was definitely worth the wait.
As for me, my process, I got every interview within a week, but then once come my phone interview, I had it all done within August, did not hear back until the last week of October. So for me, I was more stressed about, oh my gosh, am I going to get it? And when I did, I finally got the call. I was in my friend's room at my old college because I had transferred here, and I started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to be a part of it. It was just amazing.
But it was so worth the wait, but it was such a long process.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you just want to wait right there, we'll be right back after these few messages.
This is your desk. You're at it a lot these days, so you might as well make it comfortable. But doing it like this can actually be more uncomfortable and harmful over time. Sit up in your chair and sit back slightly, letting the chair support you. Place the top of your monitor at eye level and keep your keyboard in front of you, setting your mouse to the side. Now you're ready to get back into those web conferences we've all grown to love.
Welcome back, and once again, we're still here with Connor. So, for this part of the interview, I just want to talk about your personal experiences with the program. So, what term did you apply for, and what was your job?
Yeah, so I went down fall 2018. I actually did what's called the Fall Advantage program. So I was there from mid-May all the way until January. So it was a long, about 7-month period, but it was amazing.
You're very lucky. I was spring 2020. I arrived February 3rd, and I got to leave March 14th. So it was actually great.
It was a great month.
Great month.
Yeah.
It was fine. So do you think that this program gave you opportunities that you wouldn't have got in another internship?
Most definitely. So I learned how to interact with, like you said, interact with people of different, backgrounds, religions, races that we typically don't get to, especially here in Eastern Kentucky. For me, it was amazing to have those interactions and the connections with individuals from all over the world, and to learn how to communicate with people who barely speak English or people who have disabilities. It was great to have that aspect, especially from my business management perspective.
So for me, when I went down there, it was kind of harder on me the first week because I didn't know my roommates going into it. I lived in a room with 5 other people, but I actually met some of my closest friends to this day. My best friend is actually my Disney college roommate.
Yes.
And did you meet people like that on your program?
Yes. So I have a group of probably about 6 friends that I'm really close to still today. I mean, it's been 2, almost 3 years since I met these people. You get connected with the people that you work with, and that's anything really. But these people, we suffered through hard times. We suffered through great times. We were out till 4 a.m. because that's when we got off work. We just went through everything together. So they're still my best friends, and I'm still in touch with them at least twice a week.
Oh, every day I get a FaceTime from Jaden. There are a few things that, even though I wasn't there very long, I just wish I would have known and could have done differently through my program. At the time, I was working so much that there were red carpet events that I didn't get to go to. I signed up for the grand opening of Mulan, never got to go to that. Is there anything you wish you could have done differently?
So I feel like I really maximized my opportunities to the best of my abilities. I even got to go to Disneyland. I scheduled time to do that. But one of the things I wish I would have done is save money. Because while you're at Disney and in Central Florida and, near all the attractions and everything, it's so easy to spend money or say, well, I can eat this expensive meal because I have my discount and I'm making all this money. I wish I would have saved more money while I was down there.
Oh, I abused the money I had because it was easier to go in the park and get your discount and eat.
Exactly, yeah.
So what's $15 chicken tenders when you get $3 off?
Exactly.
I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's fine.
But it was worth it.
It was. I mean, it was a great experience, and to have those opportunities, I was able to buy an annual pass for my parents at a discounted price, so now I get to have that, and even though I'm not a part of the program, that was something the program gave me.
Yes.
So it was super nice. If you just want to stay right there, we'll be back to talk to Connor a little bit more after this, but please stay tuned for these messages.
At MSU, I know I can succeed because of our professors. And while I may disagree about the amount of homework at times, I know I can count on them to be there for me. So thank you for making Moorhead a home and each class a family.
Hi everyone, and welcome back. So before we wrap everything up, I just kind of want to talk to you about certain, if you would recommend this process to anybody, this program, would you be able to do that?
Oh yes, most definitely. So I would recommend this program to anyone, no matter what your major is, no matter what your experience is, because it definitely prepares you for the real world outside of college.
Is there any advice you would be able to give to someone when they're applying for the DCP? If they're nervous, they don't think they'll do it, what advice do you have to give to them?
So like I said, I'd recommend this for anyone. It really forces you to come out of your shell and work so hard like you probably never worked before. But also another piece of advice I would give is to talk to career services here on campus and with your advisor, because more than likely you can work to get elective credit or take classes while you're down at Disney that'll count towards your major so that you can still finish your degree on time.
That's how I was. I was in the process of transferring. So at my old school, I wasn't going to get any credits, but coming to Moorhead, I was able to get 12 credits, so I technically didn't take a semester off, but I had an internship under my belt.
Exactly. That's what I did too.
Well, I just want to thank you for coming on here. Thank you so much.
No.
I had a great time talking to you and meeting you for the first time. It was absolutely great. If anybody wants to apply for Disney college programs, you are able to visit jobs.disneycareers.com, and I encourage everyone to do that. I had a great time, even though my experience was cut short. I actually might have another time to go next January, so I'm for sure going to take a hold of that, but apply. That's all I can say is apply. So thank you all for tuning in. See you next week.